Welcome to the segment of the Pittsburgh Business Virgin. I'm your host, Brad Hilbert, president of 3 Rivers Wealth Management Group, and we're really happy today to have Denise DeSimone here. I said that right?
Yes.
Okay, because you just kind of gave me that look like I'm.
Well, you didn't really say it right, but it's okay.
DeSimone, no?
DeSimone.
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 Denise DeSimone, CEO of C-Level, and she's going to be talking to us about a couple things. One, she's started several businesses over her time, but now she has a wonderful company called C-Level that helps businesses get to the next level. So let's start this out. Talk a little bit about your background, because you've started how many businesses now? 6?
C-Level is actually the 8th.
8th. Mm-hmm. So we've started and sold 7?
7.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit, because it's an interesting group of businesses, pretty diverse.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of mostly technology. Mm-hmm. Started a business with my brother in medical software. So, starting a business in one industry is really not unlike another industry. I mean, mm-hmm. You're selling a different product, but I think the same principles follow regardless of the industry.
But what was your first company that you ever started?
It was a medical software.
No, but wasn't there one of the mm-hmm. One of the first companies, wasn't it having something to do with like railings?
I started that business with my uncle. It was architectural railings, and that was right out of college.
How do you get into architectural railings? Because I think that when we were talking before our interview, when you said that to me, I kind of was blown away. Because I know you've been mm-hmm. in technology. I go, how do you go from railings to technology?
Railings, I'm not sure how I got there. I made a wrong turn in going to California, I think. But my uncle was in medical fabrications, and he wanted to start a business, and so I did it with him. And I got into technology because of that business, because we didn't have anybody to run the network. So I was it. I was the network. I was the back office. I had to learn how to read blueprints. It was a challenge. Yes, it was a challenge. Mm-hmm.
When you think about starting some of the businesses, what made you want to start business versus being sort of a more of a 9-to-5er per se? Because you've been running. I mean, you've pretty much been doing your own mm-hmm. businesses since you were right out, as you pointed out, right out of college, right?
Yeah, so, for me, it's always been the challenge, and it's been the market opportunity. Mm-hmm. So I guess for me, it's been the build, being able to grow something, build something, see it go from zero, to finish.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's always been that, just trying to create something. So as you've built up these various different businesses, what made you come to a conclusion with one? So what made you decide, okay, I've had enough of this business, time to sell? Like, what drew you to that decision? I mean, I'm sure each one of them has a different story, but is there any, I guess a better way of asking, is there a common theme through there that made you decide, hey, it's time to do something new? I don't ever start a business without knowing I'm going to sell it.
Okay.
So the minute I open the doors is the minute I'm trying to sell that business.
I think that's an interesting statement, because a lot of people, their identity becomes that business, and I think sometimes, mm-hmm. and I had this conversation with a client the other day, is a lot of times they become two in the same, and I say that in a multitude of ways. One, it's how they're identified, but number two, also financially, which I think can be a mm-hmm. huge mistake. And it's one of the biggest mistakes I typically deal with small business owners is their finances become intertwined and it's all one big
right.
So, mess.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you're going to exit your business one way or another. It's just when you choose to do it and how you choose to do it. So even if you own a lifestyle business, there's going to be a point where you say, I'm going to sell this, I'm going to give it to my kids, I'm going to shut it down. So you're always going to exit your business. It's just a matter of you picking and choosing the time that you want to do that.
But I think that's a different mindset, though, for people going in. Because a lot of times people going in, they put their heart, their mind, their soul into it. And it's everything, and they're riding off into the sunset on this this horse that is their business. When in reality, that's potentially not the way you should be viewing it. Right?
I agree.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to come right back with Denise. We're going to talk about how you get the business, sort of 0 to 1 and 1 to 5 and 5 plus, and as far as million in revenue and sort of what are the steps or what are the necessary attributes that the business needs to have in order to do that. And we'll be right back.